I call the shots, I never call it quits. Trust my intuition, bet it's right and bitch, it often is. Seen too many others come and go, they had the wrong intent. Do it out of love and never for it, then I watch it get bigger than expected. No second guess it, I let it set in. It's God's plan, we out here only accepting blessings. I'm stuck with it, this mindset is terminal. In and out different terminals, leveling up is personal. And I already made it, y'all can miss me. I smack my girl's ass, tell her pinch me. It's hard to believe I made something from nothing. No hindsight discussions, I've been writing, I love it.
Ooh, welcome to the 3 Gig Sports Podcast, where we are never wrong, just sometimes misinformed. We got Jim at Rio and myself, Danny G, in the house. What's up, boys?
I'm doing pretty damn good outside of work.
Speaking of that, what's Miles? He's working second shift this week. Miles is working second shift this week.
Second
shift. Okay.
On a positive note, just came back from a baseball tournament, pre-state, and my son's team won that bad boy. State coming up this weekend, though.
Heck yeah.
Sweet. Good weekend before the legit thing, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I did want to, the more I thought about this, I forgot I was going to bring this up to you, gentlemen. I think it was a couple days, one day ago. I don't know if it actually came across my phone or not, but I don't know if you guys saw, Northwestern did fire their head coach, Pat Fitzgerald. So
yeah, hazing allegations and stuff.
Yep. He was accused of witnessing and taking part in sexualized punishment ritual.
You know what? That real quick, that reminds me. Who was the receiver that we talked to at Northwestern? We talked to a wide receiver that was going there. We should hit him up and see what's up. Who the fuck was that?
Yeah.
We got to look at his name. I cannot remember who we talked to, but we should hit him up and see if he's got any info on that whole situation.
Hey, absolutely.
Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
He transferred to Northwestern just before we talked to him.
Or is that you and I you're thinking?
You and I, maybe
yeah,
I am
that
thinking
was
of you
you.
and
I
I.
think that was
Shit.
you and I.
Yeah, never
Yep.
mind. You're right.
Yeah, no.
Damn.
Evidently, big old deal is multiple witnesses came forward and talked about it.
Yeah.
And so there's this one, and I don't know. I had to look this up. Do you know what running is? That's one of the hazing.
Which one was that? They put a mask on or humping them, dry humping them?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, dude.
One of the hazing rituals reported was called running. When freshman players were hazed after making a mistake, a player would be taken to the locker room, held down by upperclassmen in masks, and then dry humped. Now, there used to be a hand signal or something that used to happen, like when they get in the locker room, basically letting them know that it's. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but it's like something like that. Whatever. But basically, doing like some sort of hand signal, like this is going down, and then they end up doing their hazing, right? The fucked up weird thing about this is that I guess Pat Fitzgerald would do that same thing in practice whenever a freshman, especially a freshman, would make a mistake on the football field. And then all of a sudden he supposedly doesn't know that they're doing this in there, even though and I can't remember what the hand signal like was. Right. But I guess the first thing that comes to my mind is how many times is something like this? It doesn't matter what it is necessarily, hazing, sexual assault. Obviously, the biggest one was the Sandusky one that came out, right? But how many times does a sports team, a university, whatever, have to get caught for you to realize that isn't today? Like, it's not today's age. You can't do that shit.
One, it's coming out, and two, like it's just messed up. Like, yeah.
I'm getting in a fight if you fucking dry humping me. That's fact.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess you're gonna knock me out and do what you're gonna do, but I'm not gonna know about it.
Right.
I don't understand how grown ass men, the rest of them, young men, I should say, how in the fuck somebody didn't stand up at any point? How does that not happen? Like, are you gonna be in a locker room with a bunch of dudes and let that shit happen in front of you without saying something?
Yeah. Well, it's guys that have their scholarship or whatever probably not saying anything because probably a little scared or whatever. You notice all these other guys who step forward are guys not on the team or didn't make the team, stuff like that. So it's probably guys who have their spots solidified. They're like, I don't want any problem with that. I don't want to have to mess with it. Maybe stir up anything. That potentially have me off the team or something like that. I assume would be probably the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, it probably makes it worse that the coach was doing it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
then they're like, well, I can't tell him. Who the fuck would I tell?
Yeah,
right?
oh, yeah.
God, it doesn't even make sense that that's still a thing, to be honest with you.
Right.
Is that going to help build the team? Is that going to help you guys get better?
Obviously not.
No.
Did they win one game last year? Is that what they won?
Yeah,
I think they won one game. I think it was...
Probably Iowa.
No, actually it wasn't.
Shut your mouth.
It usually is. That's why he's
I was
saying
gonna
it.
say, yeah, they usually
They usually do.
play
Like, no
themselves
matter
or-
if they're bad or good. I'm going to look it up, but I'm pretty certain
Pull 'em out.
it was the first game of the season. Remember me and you were watching that at that pizza place in Mason. It was against Nebraska. It was Northwestern or Nebraska. I think they were playing in Ireland or some shit. Does that sound right? Northwestern.
Yeah, I don't know.
Record.
They weren't great. I think they were expected to be better, but they didn't have a great year.
No bueno. They were 1-11.
Yeah.
And
Boom.
like I said, I'm pretty sure it was like the first week of the season. It was that running back that ran like bonkers. Because we said there goes Nebraska because everyone was high on Nebraska. Do you remember that? And
Yeah.
Like we were
Yep.
talking about that, and then I'm like, Northwestern's about to beat them. And there was that running back that couldn't be stopped, right, for Northwestern. But he must have been running from the dry humping. I have no idea.
Must have been tired from running.
Not a laughing matter.
No, of course.
Not at all.
As we
But still, but I'm immature. I have stated many times I can't be held accountable for that shit because I'm immature as fuck. Right?
We all are. Yeah.
I can't be held accountable for that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I thought that was a little interesting. They just went ahead and cut ties with them. So, what was so the other news that has been starting to get leaked out is.
We going NFL news, Jimmer?
Yeah, my
Alright.
son just popped his head in being a nice gentleman. Well, it's football camp on Thursday. Commissioner Roger Goodell. Looks like sources are saying that that it did get leaked by the NFL office. The John Gruden emails. I think it was two anonymous owners. I know anonymous, we get that, but have stated that he did in fact, and then another couple ones said that NFL league office executives approved them releasing some emails. So we're starting to finally get to. We talked about this a couple years ago now.
Well, we got to filter through them and see who would be in danger and, all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, and there was some that said Schneider was involved. He was trying to get Gruden on his side because of a battle between him and the president of the team. But we're starting to get there. We're starting to figure out who the fuck was involved. Because when the emails were sent, it was when he was an analyst for ESPN, right? Anyhow, when Gruden wasn't even in the NFL. Like the ones they exposed, at least. So, I don't know, man. I'm curious.
It was, let's see. Source said league executives approved some of the leaks. Neither the NFL nor the commissioner leaked. NFL spokesman says had denied it, saying neither the NFL nor commissioner leaked Gruden's emails. But I'm telling you, this was a matter of time. You already, if it's really happening like that, like owners behind the back, there's only 32 owners. We're not talking about the families. We're literally talking about there's always like one person up front, right? There's 32 owners. So they're already seeing some of the writing on the wall themselves, all right, it's time to let some of the shit kind of fly here. There had to have been meetings too. God damn it. That's almost better than, they're almost as airtight. I was actually surprised seeing two. That's what I'm getting at. Two anonymous owners, if it really happened. Because they're almost as tight as the fucking Illuminati with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, You don't know anything. You don't think that the conversations these motherfuckers have in in Ray's Boom Boom Room in the fucking cigar, having some cognac, whatever the fuck they're drinking back there. That we don't have some shady ass shit.
Oh yeah.
Some classy women, maybe even partaking.
What do you mean? Their wives?
You know, yeah. If they were 40 years younger and have daddy issues.
That's close.
It's all political, man. It's even if somebody comes out with the right information, if you're named, they'll destroy you. They have everything on anybody, I'm sure, right? So it's like a scare tactic. If you come out, your life is done. Just an FYI. So it's like it makes it really hard for anybody to come out and actually be willing to say something without being anonymous. And then it's just anonymous. Then it's like, well, who the fuck was that? The towel boy? Like, I don't give a shit what he says. Who was it? You know, it's not credible enough yet.
Right. But does it put enough sweat on to where they dig a little deeper and they find out? Like, there's transactions of everything. You know, it's almost like you can. I was watching a video of this dude, evidently, I don't know this for a fact, but evidently was part of SEAL Team 6. You guys saw this one where he's sitting down with that with old boy and he's like, you can take your battery out of your phone. It does not matter. We can hear anything. They can hear anything they damn well please.
Yeah.
The battery isn't it. It's the microchips. You know? What I'm getting at is you have that type of technology, and we're almost getting to the point where all that type of technology, and there's a million fucking cameras at the White House, but we can't find out whose cocaine that was, right? That's kind of where we are. But what I'm saying is that technology is throughout the NFL. They're one of the biggest organizations in North America, right?
That's the scary thing, bro. Like, they're only going to find what they want to find. You know?
Yeah.
You're right. They do have that access. But that means when they find something, there's a reason they found it. Like, it's always there. So that's what sucks. I do like a kind of funny spin on this whole thing, right? So the Commanders are in the process of being sold.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see how much they're being sold for?
What was it? Wasn't it 2 point something billion?
I don't remember anymore.
Just over 6
billion.
6.
Yeah, that's right.
What were the Broncos just sold for? They were just sold for over 4.
Yeah.
Like 4.5, 4.7, somewhere in that range, right? How the fuck would the Commanders even be in the ballpark of the value of the Denver Broncos?
Okay,
That's insane to me.
So I'm with you. Because first off, their stadium is falling apart.
Right.
The Broncos is not, right? So that don't get anything. But their fan base is very, very loyal. They have a very big, thick fan base. They haven't been showing up at last couple of years. I get it.
Big city, though, that's probably what it is. Just location, I'd imagine. You have
Everyone around.
Right, you have big cities everywhere right there, so.
I don't know, man.
The potential, you know.
It's insane to me. It just shows me how easy it is for billionaires to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's not worth that much money. You know what I mean? But the value of football and the NFL and everything just carries you up along with all the other teams.
I'm curious. Maybe you guys know that answer. How much do owners really make? We see their quote unquote revenue. I mean, but is that the revenue that's after everything's paid for, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever. And you just divvy that up amongst. Why would you do that? Because this NFL franchise is going to be worth more than, say, this one, like you're alluding to. I wonder how much they actually make every year.
Right.
You know, they
more than us combined.
Well, absolutely, but to be paying for a team for over $6 billion, that's a
and this is the
investment.
What NBA team? The Sixers. That's the owner that's basically got the bid in that they're working on approving.
Is it?
So he'll own the Sixers and Washington. I don't know. I think it's more of an example of they don't make a shitload of money probably. And we fact check me on this, I guess, right? But I think it's more of a you have it for so many years and then you can sell it and you're obviously up a ton. So it's more of like an investment for the field. Look how much Michael Jordan could have just made off of his small investment into that team. Investment into that team, right?
Yeah.
If he didn't gamble. Anyway.
Right.
You know.
Feeling lucky. I was feeling lucky.
Owners make each year.
Google
search.
Let's see. NFL owners receive $220 $2.6 million in national revenue last year.
Each total.
NFL owners. Great question, actually, now that you said it. Did they have to divvy up? There had to be more than that, right? The big piece of the information come out. The Packers and all 31 other teams get an even split of national revenue. This year, the national revenue was 226. So that's divided by 32 teams.
So that's 9, right? Like 9 million or so.
Yeah.
Like.
It actually isn't quite what I thought I would see. But, I mean, that's like the television contracts and all that shit too, right? That's what that is, divvied up.
And I'm sure it's different for fans and everything they purchase in the stadium and all that. That stuff's going to get factored in. But either way, I don't think that's, for any of these owners, that's not going to be their main source of revenue, right? Or their main source of income. It's probably fucking peanuts.
On this part, the average operating income of an NFL franchise was $177.22 million in 2021, setting a record. The Dallas Cowboys had $425 million that year. So it is kind of.
Yeah, so I mean, somebody like the Jaguars or something, they're probably making 20, 30, million. Like it's just somebody's.
Yeah, if the average is 177 and the Cowboys have 425 of that cake up there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. It's way more money than we have. There was what was it, like Paul Brown or someone back in the day, like bought the. Oh, it was like a trade or something. Someone owed him money and they gave him their stake in the Browns or whatever not the Browns. Yeah, the Browns. No, Bengal. Yeah, Browns. I'm right. Browns or something like that. Like it was like an old. It was before it was the Browns. You know, they moved from like city to city, and finally we settled where we're at. It was something like that, and that's how it got into the family. It was like something. Like man, like Jack. What is that? Jack from Titanic winning a ticket and fucking poker, just to go ahead and go.
There was room.
Hey, did you guys ever see that too? Actually, the more I thought about that, now we're going squirrel moment. That the Titanic didn't actually sink.
Yeah, I heard of that long periods of time. Yeah,
that it was actually Olympus,
the
sister.
The Olympic. Instead, they flipped it because he'd make more money. The Titanic sank, but so they flipped it, and then he put like all his competitors on the ship. Invited them on the ship. J.G. Wentworth or whatever.
Yeah. J.G. Wentworth.
J.G. Wentworth.
Not J.G. Wentworth.
J.P.
Morgan.
J.P. Morgan.
J.P. Morgan. J.G. Wentworth.
Whoever the fuck it was.
We would have those awesome ass commercials.
Yes.
So that's been coming across like TikTok for some reason.
Has it?
Yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck?
What was it? 1-800 cash now? Or
877 need cash now, I think is what it was.
877. Yeah, okay.
Then so I guess put all his competitors on the boat and then
got off at the last second.
Canceled his trip at the last second, got off. Something came up.
But evidently the bank or the insurance, if you want to call it that, whatever it was back then, that boat was falling apart. The Olympic, whatever it was, and he swapped. All they did was just change the name on the outside. He had the engineer. There's an engineer on his deathbed or whatever. That wasn't allowed to say anything. Died not that long ago, and on his deathbed said that we were told to. If we ever said anything, our families would be murdered.
Look it up. There's some interesting stuff when they were looking at the. Finally found it, and we're looking at it. Some of the parts didn't match. What was supposed to be on the Titanic and stuff. It's kind of interesting. I've been down that rabbit hole before.
You get to going. That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
oh yeah,
motherfucker.
Oh, and then did you see? Now they're saying that the Titan, the tragic accident a couple weeks ago, that for about anywhere from 17 to 40 seconds, they were probably in a free fall. And so they knew that something was happening. When the implosion happened, they didn't feel anything but for probably about anywhere between 17 to 40 seconds, they probably knew like they were gonna die.
Oh my god! Dude.
It was just basically Yeah, that apparently they've been leaked transcripts of the text messages, back and forth, have come across, and they're, saying descending too fast, or they're checking in, and oh god, I should have saved it, but they were doing the conversions, how fast they were falling or whatever, and it was pretty fast for underwater, and they're like, yeah, it just started basically plummeting out, but right before it imploded or whatever, so that was the time frame. They were doing all the math conversions, the text messages, saying what depth they were at, like how fast they were falling, and they're like, yeah, they should have been doing this instead, and at the implosion speed or whatever rate, yeah, they had anywhere from 17 to 40 seconds before they went.
Can't that.
I mean,
First off,
so
that's
they
freaky
knew.
as
So
fuck.
then they knew it was like pitch black. It probably, the way instead of sinking like this, it probably just sat down, and so they're probably all fell to the bottom of the tube or whatever, and then just plummeting down. And then,
I don't know if there's much of a worse way to go.
well, I mean, I guess you can live in the simple fact like it wasn't painful. I mean, it happened instantly. The implosion part, death.
Yeah, you're not gonna remember much once it.
But the time leading up to that.
But time leading
that
up to it
minute,
knowing-
that minute, well, yeah.
Fuck that noise.
No.
There's a reason why we don't go down there. That's the reason why we don't fucking fly either. We weren't given wings.
Yeah, I don't care if you have that kind of money where 250K is not a big deal. When you look at that thing, there's no way you should be like, yep.
Getting in there. That's why it's fake,
that's
man.
the deal.
They're just hiding, right?
That's up there too, man. Yeah.
They just paid to disappear.
Yep, exactly.
Oh.
Gosh, man, I watched the old. We're going on a conspiracy deal, but the flight MH, whatever, that disappeared off radar with 280 people or whatever.
Is
Yeah,
that
over in
Malaysia?
Asia,
yeah,
yeah.
the Malaysian one, yeah. That they signed off the one, and we're gonna go to Japan or China, whatever airspace, and they went silent. They said they couldn't see it. Well, they actually the military seen it for about an hour, just circling.
Is that
And then-
and I didn't watch it. Is this the one that's on Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
so you did watch it?
Yep, and then
Okay.
I started looking into it more, yeah, and then apparently, like last minute, they got a bunch of military stuff got loaded on without getting signed off, I guess, apparently. Yeah, it's just, there was a bunch of different stuff, yeah, and they said they couldn't see it, and then somebody could basically get into the network of that basically tracks all these planes, so it turned off for the air traffic controllers, but you could still see it somewhere else, and they were like, yeah, it just circled basically above that little Air Force base was what it was saying for an hour.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch this. I haven't seen it. That's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's on
Yeah.
Netflix.
Okay, check
Yeah,
this
I see
out.
it.
Not
Yeah,
all,
no,
not
no.
all of that part. I mean, it does go through it, and it does say that it was circling above that military.
It'll make
base,
you
whatever,
probably get
and
on
then-
your phone and start digging into that.
Oh yeah, and then it was like it was running through the pass it could have taken. When it cut off, it could either like veer left and go deep into the nothing Pacific, or it's kind of interesting if it goes the other way. In that amount of time it takes it to like Afghanistan or so like
Okay.
Kuwait or something. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that.
Yep.
Also
I'm in.
plan on watching that. Evidently, it's a big deal. The quarterback, that's on Netflix. That came out. This one with Kirk, Patrick Mahomes, and then Mariota. Evidently, I've been seeing nothing but good reviews so far. I haven't watched it myself yet, but Inside the Life of a NFL Quarterback.
Oh, okay.
That's on Netflix too. So
Hell yeah.
which I
Check
thought was
that out.
Cool, but
Let's
th-
let's
that's-
get Jamarcus Russell on there. I want to hear some crazy shit.
yeah,
I want to hear about
Well-
the success stories.
Mariota's a
Yeah.
success story.
He did pilot that shitty Titans team for a long time.
Yeah, and not too good of a Falcons team either. In fact, he's winning enough to where they almost had to just pull him. Like, hold on, we were trying to tank. Homie.
Right. Hey,
Yeah.
Right.
Whoa.
Whoa. But that still brings me back before we keep going. That still brings me back to that may be the reason why the moon landing might not have happened. Though you tell me the motherfucker can answer a goddamn phone, right?
Mm-hmm. Hello,
but
ring, ring.
You right, but in today's age, we can't figure out where the fuck that submersible, whatever this little submarine is, for how long until. In fact, if you guys remember, they didn't even say anything about the implosion. Like the U.S. Navy supposedly basically knew because the sound, they know what an implosion sounds like, I guess, right? But for what, a day or two after that, still that part hadn't came out, and we're still looking for him. And motherfucker, what do you mean you're still looking for him? With it?
Getting the family's hopes up, like we might find him and all that. You knew.
You knew exactly.
You knew.
Technology's way fucking better than that.
Listen, I'm with you on the moon thing. Like, even if you believe, you're 100%, we went to the moon and everything, they lied about so much around that time.
Doing it, man.
That you like, how can you just believe everything they're telling you? They bullshitted about way too much of that for you to be like, "Yep, checks out,
Yeah,
I'm good."
Have you?
We met the freaking Autobots on the moon.
Yeah, on the dark side, baby.
Did you know that a new speaking of that, freaking Transformers popped out like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, dude, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm watching it. Some would say legally, not legally, whatever. At my house right now, like, holy shit! I didn't even realize that. Like, that's how little I paid attention to movies coming out.
Yeah.
Usually I watch. Usually I go to movies. I watch every single one.
Yeah.
That's like the one.
Well, we don't get like the break, you know what I mean, like the big old advertisement anymore because basically it's in your house. Like you don't have to go to the movie theater anymore.
What do you mean?
So there's not
What do you mean?
like
Basically, it's in your house.
No, I'm being serious. Like usually it takes like a lot of times, especially Disney, it may have 5 seconds in theaters, but realistically,
gets it, yeah.
Or I mean, even on your Disney, it just gets released.
Or rent it for $7 or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, you can
stupid
get it
like
right
that.
up in your house instead of going to. So there's not a bunch of advertisement anymore, like leading up to it to try to get you to go.
Yeah.
So I didn't know about it either. Danny's the one that told me that he went to go watch it. He said it's way better than
The last probably couple.
I just hate that they jump around. Yeah, some of the Mark Wahlberg ones got crazy.
Yeah.
I wish they just hadn't jumped around so much. Boom, boom, boom. Like this one's in the 70s, I think. Right? So.
Is that where that one's at too? Because yeah. The
we were kind of back in like, what I would say to, late 2000s, whatever. Modern day-ish, and then it kind of like went in advance in the future, whatever, and all of a sudden now it's
Yeah, this one's like back. Optimus doesn't trust humans yet.
Yeah.
Right? And that's
what
they've been in the 70s. They've been hiding out,
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen this video though? Like, speaking of like weird ass shit though, have you seen this chick on the airplane freaking out?
Oh yeah.
Oh
This is a big old fucking deal. Like the
First off,
shapeshifter.
smoke show. Can we just say that right there?
Get that out there.
Like,
Like, hold up. She can't be crazy. She can't be
crazy.
But evidently, I don't know if you've seen, and there's no way of me proving this, but this.
She took some good edibles or something. I don't know.
You don't think? Well, there's this dude that's claiming that it could be true. Like, he's like, I was
really?
sitting there. Yeah. He's like, I wasn't paying attention to the conversation. I can't tell you everything that was happening. I do distinctly remember him not saying anything because she kept asking him questions or trying to ask him questions and say something. You never heard him talk. I wasn't paying attention because I was reading. You've seen this too. Listening to an audiobook. I think he said a Stephen King one or something like that. Eventually, once he starts seeing stuff go on and this woman is finally getting off the plane or whatever, he looks back at this dude, the shapeshifter, and this dude doesn't say anything. He just, I guess, but then he like kind of like nods at this cat, and he said this dude blinks like this.
Sideways blinked, yeah.
Sideways. So if you've ever seen the very first Men in Black, the chase scene right at the very beginning of the movie, very first, it's not the very beginning, but it's the very first Will Smith scene.
Yeah.
He's chasing that dude, you remember? And he's out of breath or whatever. And that one, evidently what that, he said, they said he had kind of like, the dude said he had kind of reptile-ish eyes, and that he blinked like that. Which corresponds with kind of what that chick, what that female was saying too. He's like, he did say, he's like, I don't know if she's drunk or not, okay? And I wasn't paying attention most of it. It just got built up to it, and I thought they were whatever, and then finally when it exploded type of thing. But he looked back, and he's like, I'm going to be honest, the dude didn't say anything. You would think, he's like, you would think if, once she started getting hysterical, if it was really someone that was with her, cared about her, whatever, that they would be like, hey, calm down. He's like, you didn't catch any of it. He didn't say a word.
The weird thing about it for me, like, she was hysterical. She's like, he's not real. I'm getting the fuck off this plane. Mm-hmm. You haven't heard anything from this chick since, though. She didn't come out with, like, hey, here's what happened.
My
Just
bad.
all of a sudden, like, where's she at? Where's she at?
Right, we're leaving Colorado, if you know what I mean.
What do you mean?
Well,
They've got some treats.
Right. There's clouds. Lots of clouds.
What is it? I'm looking that up. What is the name of that? What is the name of that chick?
Yeah, for the love of God, does she have an OnlyFans?
Airplane female.
Hysterical. Big cannons.
So he's just throwing out hashtag.
Just things to look up.
Oh, what?
Oh shit, man! This literally just came across.
No.
But Dick Vitale has throat cancer now.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Dang.
can't win.
Can't win, man. Can't win.
Carrot top, carrot top.
Carrot Top. What?
What the
I
fuck?
don't know.
the
Carrot
hell?
Top has claimed he was on the. Oh, he claims he was on the same flight as that woman.
Whatever.
Wait, who?
Clout.
Oh,
Who's Carrot Top?
you brought this
The
up.
jacked redhead from what commercials? Sprints, 7-Up. What was Carrot Top's commercial, Jimmer? Sprint, 7. It was he had a commercial before he became famous and got jacked and stuff.
Yeah, when he started taking roids, but he didn't take roids.
Yeah, no, I'm natural, baby. Swing low, sweet chair.
Swing low. Crazy girl has yet to come forward. I don't even know if they know her name.
That's a guy?
Yeah.
What the?
You don't know who that is? What
You don't
the
know who
fuck?
Carrot Top is?
No.
Oh wow.
Who's Carrot Top?
Yeah, he's like a Las Vegas performer. He like prop shows.
He
and
was.
stuff.
What commercial made him famous though?
Crazy.
I want to know what the name of that fucking. I want to know what the name of that woman is.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The. I want to
Oh,
know
it
for a
was
different reason. Damn it.
1-800-CALL-ATT. That was a commercial he was
No, definitely did not know about that commercial.
1-800-COLLECT.
What
yeah.
the what?
Yep.
That's no J.G. Wentworth
That's
shit.
no
That ain't no
J.G.
J.G. Wentworth. Yeah, this that is not. Yeah, there she is.
I don't know
Yeah,
if her
let me
name
see.
came out.
That
dude.
ain't her.
Let me see.
That ain't her.
I don't know if they gave her name.
I don't think they would. I don't think they have. Whatever. Yeah, that sucks. Cause I want to see. I want to see if she has. Like, why wouldn't you? If you're being portrayed as someone that's crazy, right? And that you were intoxicated, drunk, whatever, on something, be like, come forward and say something. Like, that is not the fucking case. Because that dude on that, the dude that I'm talking about that came out with the video saying I was on the plane, I said, she didn't act like she was drunk.
Yeah.
There was no part of that I thought this woman is intoxicated. So
do you know what movie is that with the Avengers? I think it was Captain Marvel, where there's the shapeshifter guys up there. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
That's the first thing I thought of because, and it's funny because right now that Nick Fury show is about those shapeshifter guys. That's
is
what.
it?
Yeah, that's what it's
Okay.
about. It's actually really good, just for so everybody knows. But that's the first thing I thought of. What was because she said he changed, right? Like he changed into something else or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
that
like,
isn't him.
What the fuck? Yeah, exactly. Like, ooh, dude, I don't know. If it was me, I'm coming out at the end, and I want everybody to know what I just saw. If I'm that freaked out, listen, here's what the fuck I saw. You call me crazy if you want, but here's what happened. But it's been radio silent ever since then, which is...
So either she disappeared.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's came forward. Someone has to know that chick, right?
Maybe she was alien.
Maybe she was. Throwing up.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right.
What, the dude didn't say nothing back?
Because he's not like that. He's like, I'm not going to out you, girl.
I ain't out you. It's all right. It's just a little bit of... It's like those funny ass videos. She's like freaking out in the side, in the passenger seat, just going off about the girls this, girls that. No more dick. No more dick. No. Say one more word. No more dick.
Yeah, we're good with we're good with transgender. We're not good with trans mammal. Okay, you got to be one species.
One or the other.
Yes.
No crossing.
You guys brought up a interesting story. So the home run derby happened. Obviously, the All-Star game has. The NL ended up winning that. But the home run derby, our cat Vlad Guerrero Jr. ended up taking home the championship. But you brought up
ESPN fucked that up. They're like, second born player like in Cuba or whatever. And it's like,
that. No, that no.
There's been a couple.
well, no. Vlad Jr. was born in Canada.
Was he?
Yeah. Junior. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I would have fucked that up
Oh,
too.
duh.
Yeah.
Because old boy's from Montreal.
Mhm.
He played there for basically his whole career until the last couple of years when they went to
Yeah.
Washington.
Yeah.
Okay, I honestly
they
didn't know
messed-
that.
oh,
He was.
okay, yeah, they messed that up.
They can't.
a big deal.
Do you think they'll come out and apologize?
That's because they got rid of all their analysts, dude.
Oh,
they
yeah,
fired
that's
everybody.
true.
So now
Right?
they're-
They nobody. They're like
The guy who cleans the
grabbing
toilet.
the
Hey,
scrubs.
we need you to type some shit in.
Right? They left no money for fucking baseball analysts at all.
He looks Cuban.
Where's Buster Only at? What's up? But
sure.
you guys brought up something pretty interesting. You said a cat.
Adley
ended up-
Rutschman.
Say that again.
Adley Rutschman, one of the top prospects in baseball, next generational talent. They're saying catcher for the Orioles, hit 27 home runs from both sides of the plate. Yeah, dude.
I'd be pretty jacked to hit one
Switch hitter.
with my good side.
You know,
You know?
how hard it is. Some guy, you have to look it up. He does a whole article and story on it, and he talks about going to all these places, all these ballparks, and like training and trying to hit a home run. And like basically, the guy's throwing like batting practice to him, you know. So
Really?
it's like he is legitly like working out, like trying to do everything he can to finally knock one out of the park. Yeah, because he says like it's way harder than just like an average guy going out there and trying to crack one, not even having it.
I believe it, especially with a wood bat.
Oh yeah,
too.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could hit one with a wood bat in an MLB ballpark with my kids' lives depending on it.
Yeah.
Like how much work? Because when you watch
I said
normal
that-
fucking dudes do it, 'cause I've
I
seen
watched
some of those
that dude do
videos,
it, or what he said he went through, not without training. You can't.
You can't just walk up in
you
there and do that.
Not just the average guy who's. No, you got to be training for it.
What if your hands are backwards?
Good chance.
Good chance.
As long as I'm not pitching to you, you got a chance. 'Cause, you know you can't catch my heat.
Shit.
Hurt yourself.
Maybe me, but you were the home run derby fucking.
Well, I was
pitch
pitching
cap
over.
for
I was
everybody
I
else.
was pitching overhand to you. Everybody else, I was tossing, lobbing.
I beat that brick. I caught the ball with the bat. Didn't come all the way through.
It went
And I
like 2
dropped.
feet from the plate. That's not
Still,
catching
yep,
anything.
still caught it.
No,
It
catching is
didn't
like
go foul.
getting
It
a
didn't go
hit.
foul.
Yeah, I caught it like 2 feet from the plate, and you were hurt because you had to swing so hard to catch up to it,
It's because I was not.
and you were late.
You put
and
such a juicy fucking ball out there that I wanted to smoke that bitch over the fence. What everybody else did, besides me, and my shit tore, my oblique. That was a very painful day. Fuck off. That was so bad. I've
Pumping,
never.
pumping that gas, baby. I was throwing like I was probably throwing 69. Definitely. What? That's heat. That's heat to you.
Yeah. It's hard for me not to say. You guys did see Porzingis signed a 2-year, $60 million extension, right?
Yeah. He's just been
Sounds-
raking money ever since.
He has. I didn't realize how efficient he was. I did read up a little bit more. It was, we were going off of our gut on that one. Evidently, he was pretty goddamn efficient for the Wizards. It wasn't just garbage shit that like
when
I
you
talked
play
about.
15 games, you're probably going to be efficient.
It's always garbage shit. What are you talking about?
played-
It's the Wizards.
I'm just telling you,
Right.
the efficiency.
Kevin
with it.
Love, stat stuffer. That's all.
Right.
I'm with you. All right, you guys talk me down. I'm sorry.
But
Love so
a
great.
big
He's got
part of
another
this-
double. Yeah, for a shitty fucking
When you're-
Timberwolves team.
Right. When you're missing that many shots, there's that many opportunities to grab a fucking rebound.
Yeah.
a big part of it, though, is teams now have to spend 90% of their cap before the first game, I think.
Is that what
So,
it is?
yeah, so that's why, like, you saw Brooks get that huge contract.
Yeah.
Kyrie got
Well,
more
we
than
already-
he should have, stuff
We
like
already
that.
talked about it, right? NBA is weird. Like, you see cats, like, drug off the street that are getting $70 million, so makes sense.
But, yeah, I mean, this year's been, I guess we say that every year, too.
I think
right?
we just say every
Yeah.
year, we're like, who
Hey.
the hell got $90 million? What the? I
Right.
get 3 and D better than that, baby.
What-
So I forgot. I was gonna ask you this. And this bugs me. We talk some nasty shit, especially at work, right?
Right.
About like, would you rather?
Oh,
Okay.
you do, not me.
Yeah, no, I'm a choir boy. I tell you, you knock that shit off, and you just go ridiculously gross. But regardless, so this made me think, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much money would it take
Mm.
to get you?
I'd do some nasty shit for $1 million.
Well, what I'm about to tell you, you might think twice. How much money would it take you to take all your Texas Longhorn shit, Throw it, burn it, everything. You're done. Never be a fan again, ever.
Okay.
And become an Oklahoma Sooners.
Oh.
Full-blown fan, all red, all the time.
Oh my
Support
God.
it. Even so much that you love it that when you go back home, you go to the Red River rivalry. You go into Texas Stadium with
not
your
Texas
Oklahoma
Stadium,
or whatever
it's
it
Cotton
is.
Bowl.
Sorry, the Cotton Bowl, and walk up in there with all Boomer Sooner. How much would it take? I was gonna do NFL, but he's pretty easy with that. I think the only team I've never heard him say jump on the bandwagon was the Eagles. That's the only one I've ever heard him that you wouldn't, that you haven't jumped on. But I think your dollar amount would be a lot cheaper for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. God.
What's that dollar amount? We're going Boomer Sooner, and this is you at least once a week. Just going. You got to hook them down too.
All right, let's start low. Let's start low. 50 grand.
Oh no. Take me up.
250.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. All right. Damn, I went too high. Too high, too fast.
Yep.
All right, drop down. I'm renegotiating. 100K.
No, man. $5. $5.
250. Yeah.
What did he say? I don't know if you guys ever saw that movie. I love that movie. It sounds corny as shit, but the Game Ready. If you guys ever watch it, it's like the virtual one where they live in they call it the Oasis.
Yeah, I think I did.
I like that movie, but there's a scene in there where he's
Ready Player One.
Oh, there you go.
One,
Ready
yeah.
Player One.
Yeah.
There you go. My
Yeah.
bad.
With the yeah.
Yep. But in one of the scenes, it has that dude. He's like, well, it's really filthy work and everything, and it's going to be, well, how much is it going to cost? 3 times my normal fee. Done. It's like, no, hold on. That was way too soon. Can I go back to 6? Is it too late for 6 times?
Yeah, who is that? Jonah Hill? Is that who plays that guy?
No, that's the other one. Funny thing, kind of ties back. Transformers with Mark Wahlberg in the first one that they're together. It's that dude, and I can't remember. Curly hair, blonde, goofy as shit. Fuck,
We'll
I
find
can't
it.
remember. We'll look it up later. But yeah. Anything else, gentlemen?
No, but I did hear you had a good Make Sense tonight, Jimmer.
Oh, you do? Perfect.
I do. That's right.
Hey, hold on. Before we go, how about our boy Victor? All right, we beat down on him a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. Danny wanted to let that go.
Yeah, I know he did. We do have to come back and say he had a good game. All right.
It wasn't even an average game. He had a good game.
He had a good game, and it was good to see that.
It
You
is.
know, I know the Spurs were definitely fucking sweating it.
Like,
Fuck. We fucked up.
what would you say his stat line ended up being for that second game?
27, 12, and 3.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Honestly,
Not
not
bad.
bad. That being said, is he going to play another summer league game?
No, he got shut down.
Shut down. Is there a reason other than
Yeah, Britney Spears is in town. So.
he's got to go make up for it? Got to go make up for it. You nasty. He probably don't even know who the hell that is. That's how young he is.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
but he
true.
still does.
Probably.
He wouldn't even be able to appreciate that. Like
Yeah.
pre-crazy,
You know,
crazy, and post-crazy.
Okay, now we can go back to beating up. You know what dumb shit he said? He's like, they're like asking about NBA play. He's like, I thought it'd be more physical. It's less physical. I'm like, it's the fucking like G League dudes, man. What the hell?
Right, wait till you get up in here, baby. Wait till you get NBA if you ever do.
We told Bron
Playoff.
fucking bodies you down in the paint like shit.
Right.
Come on, stop it. Draymond Green, like, come on.
Yeah, there you
It's,
go.
yeah, it's a summer league. Chill out.
He had a good game, the second game.
Yeah.
But people are back. Everybody got quiet after the first game, and then after the second game, yeah, that's exactly what I expected to see. He's going to be one of the best ever. Like this.
Hall of Fame, automatically
Calm
right, Trevor
down.
Lawrence, whichever one of you it is.
Hold on. I'm not wrong in mine so far. I'm looking pretty good right now.
Stat stuffer.
What they bet? What?
Yeah.
What? Stop.
Dude, he wasn't even in the league yet, and you were like, Hall of Fame.
I'm just telling you.
It's true.
He's gonna be. You know what? That just makes me.
Double down.
I'm
Giants
ge- I
too.
give you-
Giants too
Giants
this year?
14 wins.
I'm not going for it. I'm not going that crazy. But I was a year ahead of my time on that one. You guys gave me that. I was a year ahead of my time.
A year ahead of your time, and they got third place in the division. So I mean, if you want to
But
take
they still
that,
went. They still had
You
9
wanna take
wins.
that?
They still had 9 wins, fuckers. They still had a winning record. I had it. Fuck you guys.
Sorry. Anyways, to your make sense.
Things never fucking. You just never let it go.
just never die. People don't forget, man.
You won't forget, man. All right, where was I going with that? You guys, where I was touching base on that. Oh,
Good makes sense. You had one?
I
You
did.
came in and you said it can be the Make Sense tonight.
Yeah, what were we talking about? That's what I'm saying.
Shit. What was he talking
I'm
about?
I'm drawing.
I don't know, I
I'm
wasn't
drawing a
here
blank.
yet.
Was it fights or work? It was
Probably got a
work.
good one either way.
I think it was work. Yeah, it definitely was work. Was it overtime stuff you were talking about?
Was it near misses? Was it?
No, I'm drawing a goddamn blank.
While Jimmer's thinking, make sure everybody shows up to North Iowa Fights on Saturday. Friday night, Rio and myself, maybe Miles. We'll see if he's got time to come out too. We're going to be doing some interviews with the fighters at the weigh-ins at Good Old Sports Page in Mason City. I think it'll start about 4 o'clock. So if you guys want to come out, meet some of the fighters, things like that, we'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't help.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
You say you got one? You have a little bit of one. I know you do. Itty bitty. I can't remember what the hell I was talking about. That's what bugs me. Like it was whatever we were talking about when I came in. I was telling you is, oh Jesus, Justin, Pinky.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Oh, when he came back in, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, do I want to go fast forward, rewind? All right. So, news just kind of came across that a cat that we used to work with, and when I say that very, very loosely.
Well, we used to work. He used to stand around.
Yeah. He was employed at the same place through a temp NGC, and then got a courtesy hire after for a while because they had to, or I don't know.
Yeah, I think.
Regardless, once he got shit canned, which he ended up getting shit canned, he went to
So. Just not shocking.
he went and got hired at a armored car service, right? And this man is white trash. I can say I'm white. I can say that. See, finally I can say something.
Yeah,
There
white
we
and white is cool.
Yeah, there you go. We're allowed to do that, right?
Yep, mhm.
This is the epitome of white trash. If you could picture a slum, a dirt ball, any version, this is what you would picture. He had all the gross ass tattoos everywhere, and I'm talking about like the ones that are done by like
In somebody's garage. and
yeah.
shit. Yeah.
But he thought they looked cool and everything, right? He had pink ass hair when he came in. He had teeth that were like bucking out. Yeah, his lips looked like bubble gum. And it just sloppy. Like he'd hang this thing out, man. And I remember Forrest, what was that? In Forrest Gump, they're like, "Yeah, you need to tuck that away." I was gonna get caught in a tripwire. But
That's
they
so
just
good.
walk around. He's a mouth breather for sure. You know, that's the type of person. I'll tell you what he did wrong, but yeah, no, I'll tell you what he did wrong first. So he took a plea deal. Evidently, while driving this around, him and his partner, and it only happened on their days of routes together. ATM deposits were missing, certain amount of cash every so often. So they were stealing money. They would keep the money, they wouldn't put it into the ATM, and then they just wouldn't return it to the armored car service or anything like that. And just go home with them. That's exactly how the article wrote too.
Like magically, it would just.
It's called stealing. So he's looking at a suspended sentence for this, by the way. I'm like, what? Well, his partner is going to. He must have been the brains, which makes sense now, or did the whole time.
Definitely makes sense.
So he took a plea deal.
It's not like he was a muscle either. Let's see.
Yeah, he ain't the
Like,
muscle either. But homeboy,
You're the fall guy, bro.
The dude that that he did it with is going to trial. So obviously he had to have done a plea, and he's gonna rat on his buddy and like roll, so he's gonna eat most of that or whatever. But the make sense of it is actually for the armored car service that he worked for, you have to be able to legally carry a gun. Right? We live in a society that if you mess up when you're young, you do something stupid because you're not allowed to make a mistake at any point. Or you might have had something get overblown up or exaggerated. We have a buddy of ours that literally no criminal charge that would prevent him from getting it, but some stuff with his parent and whatever. And now he can't get. Now he's battling. He's finding a way to try to get his gun back, right? But we have dudes like this out there walking around with a goddamn 6-year-old. Oh, when I said white trash, I forgot to mention the vape. That's like the cherry on top, and I'm talking like the massive vape, big old fucking like bong looking one that he's walking around like looking all cool, and like he'd go outside and smoke this fucking thing, and it'd fill he'd hotbox his vehicle with vape, homemade vape by the way. Okay, but they let cats like that walk around with the guns.
Mm-hmm.
And suspended sentence, by the way. So
Yeah, now
he's
it's
gonna be
suspended
out.
sentence. So I don't know. I think he still has to take some version of a. So I don't know if he'll be able to own a gun after this, but the fact that you're able to own it up to that point anyway, right? Just the. There's only 2 people involved. This other part of the makes sense, right? Is that there's only 2 people involved. How in the hell can you roll on the other person? Like I'm not lecturing him for like rolling. Why are the prosecutors even allowing that to happen?
Yeah, no kidding.
That
You did
motherfucker,
it
it's
together.
2 of you. You did it together.
Together.
Show me a fact that he was threatening your life or something,
Right.
and that you didn't take a single fucking cent of it. And then we may have a conversation. No, you did. There's 2 of you. You both are fucking going.
Yeah.
Evidently, you informed me because it took so long. I was wondering why he wasn't in jail, right? Like when the charges first got plopped on him, right? He wasn't in jail. You still go to jail for that, right? While you're waiting, and then you have like you might get paroled out or Jesus,
Bonded.
parole, not parole,
Probation.
bonded. There you go, bonded out. But yeah, it's just
Yeah, you're waiting to see. I guess the amount was under 10 grand. Is I guess I don't know what you classify it up as. More than 10 grand, it would be more serious, obviously. So hard time.
higher than what he ended up taking, which is I think they ended up getting charged with like Class D or something. It was like Iowa Department of Criminal Investigation. So it was almost as high up in Iowa as you can go for the investigation part. I thought it'd be way more. You're fucking with money, armored cars, shit like that. Usually that tends to be federal, but
No
Yeah,
doubt.
got to be more than 10.
it's insane.
Definitely makes sense if you don't think about it. That's a good thing for everybody to think about. Like if you're a responsible person, you got a family, like make sure you have something in your home to protect your family because they're letting a lot of people just do what they want around the country, man. Like Iowa, that seems pretty loose for here. Like usually that'd be somebody that's locked up at least for a little while for dumb shit like that. Like in California, they had a chance to push legislation to if you're a child predator, you could end up having to serve life with under 3 strikes, but they said no. They did not do that. In New York City, of the 9 million people that live there, 80% of burglaries going on are from the same, like, 320 people because they keep letting them out after they do it. They keep letting them out. They keep letting them out. And they just, it's a circle. They just
You're
go back
kidding,
and forth.
right?
I'm dead serious.
320 people?
Yeah. So
Shut
80% of what's going on up there, it's the same people. They just keep letting them out and go.
Yeah.
Of 9 fucking million people, dude.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So I got a family member up that area that she's like, yeah, the guys keep doing it over again, and they get let out. But then come wintertime, because it's so cold or whatever, they'll go and commit a crime and burglarize, because then they'll get a couple of months, and they got a 3, a hide cot, right? A hide in a cot fucking
Yep.
for 3 months, whatever, through wintertime, and then they're out, and they'll be doing whatever they want. So
Yeah.
instead of living on the street, that it's a vicious cycle, kind of.
Yeah. It's insane.
That's stupid. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah. It's terrible, man.
Well, we'll take care of them.
Right.
We'll
tax
we'll
dollars.
take care of them. No
We
problem.
got you.
Yeah. But that definitely makes sense if you don't think about it, Jimmer. Pinky, right?
Pinky.
Pinky. Remember Pinky. Justin Allenbaugh.
The only Pinky I think of is, what movie is that? Is that Friday?
Friday after
next, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think of his curly ass hair.
Yeah, no, this is like the epitome. This is like the poster child. If you look up white trash, this is exactly what it looked like as a picture.
See if you can upload his picture to Wikipedia under white trash. That would be
It's
all
probably
right.
there.
Check it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and start to wrap her up. For those of you beautiful people who found us on the interwebs, be sure to like, subscribe, share the whole 9 yards. We really appreciate it. But, Jimmer, where's the podcast available?
anywhere and everywhere podcasts are available. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and YouTube.
YouTube. Let's go. And we love to tell a good story. We'd like to share yours too. If you want us to share it, go ahead and slide on in
to our DMs. Get us that story, and we'll get it out to all the folks that want to hear it. You know, we do as well. We can omit names or change some things up if you need us to do that, but get us those stories.
Absolutely. Well, it is about that time, so we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for listening. This is Wicked Sports. We out.